So have you ever said, I don't know? Somebody asks you a question about what you think about something, what you feel about something, you're like, God, I don't know. Well, we all have, right? What many people aren't aware of is actually that's a sign of, depending on the level, severe codependence. And here's why. It has to do with something that's called our reality. See, our reality consists of four things: our body, our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors. And so if someone asks us what we think about something, now there's a difference. Like, someone asks, do you know how to build a jet airplane? Well, I don't know how. Well, that's perfectly appropriate. If we have no experience with something, it's perfectly healthy to say, yeah, I just don't know. I've never done it before. But if you're in a relationship or your career and your boss asks you, why'd you do that? And you literally don't know. Or your partner says, how do you feel about that? And your response is, I don't know. What do you think about that? I don't know. Well, that's a sign. See, your reality, you're detached from it. You don't know what your morals and values are, what your needs and wants are, what's negotiable and non-negotiable. And that's a byproduct of childhood. Think about it. Childhood, all of those things were decided by our parents. And so because none of us have been taught how to be a parent and all of us have been raised codependently, we grew up where our reality was decided by somebody else. Our thought, especially our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors, were decided by our parents. Now, if you've been through abuse, especially sexual abuse, physical abuse, then your body reality was also taken from you as well. And so it's a scale of how severe it is. I mean, there are people with their behavior, you probably run into this where you ask somebody, do you remember yesterday when you did this? And they're like, oh, I never did that. That's a complete detachment from their reality. Someone in that place really needs to seek professional help because they're so detached from it. Now, when it comes to our thinking, it's the same thing. Someone asks you, what do you think about that? And you go, I don't know. Well, again, if you find that's something you're saying a lot, then that's something that says you weren't allowed to think. And so you don't know. You get caught between, oh my God, what if I say this? What if I say that? I don't know what's true for me. Well, that's a severe sign of codependence. Now, this is very common, the feeling one. This, over almost 70% of the population, if you ask them what they feel, they'll say, I'm okay, I'm fine. Those aren't feelings. 70% of the population is completely detached from the reality of what they feel. That's a severe sign of codependence. If you find yourself unable to easily express, like someone asks me what I'm feeling, I rattle off God. It's like, how much you got something to eat? Because this is going to take a while. I got a lot of feelings. And that should be normal for all of us. Literally for all of us, a healthy response would be 1 to 5 different feelings on a thought, on a certain subject. And so if we don't know what we're feeling, that's a detachment from reality. We're not present in our life. So that's a severe sign of codependence that somebody, and like I said, nearly 7, like don't be hard on yourself if you're going, oh my God, that's me. Like almost 70% of the population is in this position. Well, now you know why the world is struggling so much. If you don't know what you think and feel, if you can't remember your behavior, well, you're not in reality. You're not in your life. You're just on autopilot. And that's what happens to most of us because, again, we're all severely codependent. It's just the parenting model we've been raised with. It's only been discovered in the last 30 or so years. And so as a species, we just haven't taught this stuff. And so we don't realize that all of us have been raised codependently and we're stuck in this dynamic. Again, it's nothing to, don't feel bad about yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just like asking you to build a jet airplane. We just discovered all this stuff. So it doesn't make us bad or, defective people. It's just like think about computers. Did it make us bad that 60 years ago we didn't know anything about computers? Of course not. We were discovering. So it's the same thing with this. But if your relationships are struggling at work, with your family, at home, and you find that you don't remember your behavior, you're saying, I don't know. I don't remember doing that. If someone's asking you what you think about something and you reply, I don't know, quite a lot, and especially with your feelings. If you're saying, I don't know about what you feel, or if your replies are good, bad, okay, fine, that's a sign of severe codependence. You're not present in your life, and therefore you can't live in your greatest version of yourself. You can't live in your greatness because you're not authentically living from a place to exercise the gifts. Every single one of us has unique gifts that we're meant to share with the world. And we all deserve your gift. And so think about it. If you're not connected to those, we're all being robbed of your greatness, of how wonderful you are. And so it's nothing to feel bad about, but it is something to investigate. And so if you're finding yourself listening to this and going, oh my goodness, I need to check this out, I'm going to just in the link put, send me a DM. Just put that. Send me a DM. Just comment. Send a DM, and I'll send you a link to a free discovery call so we can talk more about it and find out where you fit on that scale and get you some solutions so that you can live in your greatness and start feeling and thinking from your authentic place. So anyway, if that's you and you have comments on it, or if you've had experience, leave some comments. Let us know how that shows up in your life. I hope you're having a great day. Bye-bye.